Hello, Babel traders. With Andrew climbing the summit of Mount Everest, I'm here to do my recap. My name is Paras Jandwani, and uh, and I traded TSN and Apple today. I started bad with Apple, and TSN was the ticker that actually made converted my red day into a green day. Very profitable day, closing my day very profitable. So the thesis behind TSN. So TSN reported this earnings this morning, and if you look at the weekly chart, 56 has been a level, respecting that particular level for years. This is where the 56 has been respecting that, and this time today was the first time it was actually opening below that 56 level. And when that fundamental of a stock is broken, you can actually, just because of the earnings, the catalyst is in place, you can anticipate that the move is going to continue on the lower side, because a lot of long-term investors, institutions will have to get out of that position, and they're going to think, they want to liquidate those positions. So that was the bigger picture thesis behind trading TSN. Initially at the open, it sold off really bad, and now it sold off with a lower volume. That I wasn't liking the volume, and that's why I didn't trade at the open. But if it drops, and then usually this is where the stocks, when the stocks are weak, they tend to perform some kind of a wedge pattern for it to go lower. And that's exactly what my thesis was, that I'm gonna try to capture the break of low of the day and look for a lot further move on the downside. So the first time I tried using the 53.13 area and then try to short, I cover. It wasn't breaking. Here the tape was more of a bullish than bearish, and wasn't that feel of continuation coming in on the short side. So I came out at break even, and I shorted for the second time. It again dropped, again the buyer stepped in, and I got stopped out. The third time is when it came back again below the VWAP. This is where I went heavy. This was the third time, and now it held very clearly, broke the low of the day, and then I added more to capture a really nice move on the downside, and now my final exit was at 51.5 area, anything above 51.5. So really nice move from 53.2 to close to 50.9, more than a $2 move on a $50 stock. So which is a pretty good concept of, and this usually happens when there's a catalyst being involved. And continue to capture that very profitable trade on the sticker. I also traded Apple, and I think the entire market was choppy from after Friday's big rally on the upside. And today I was using the 173 level, which was actually confirming on the tape, and I was more biased. Initially at the open, I went long, as in when the buyers stepped in, I went long, covered some, added more, sold, and then stopped out at break even. So this was first trade was a small profitable trade, but as and when it came and closed below this important area of 170 to 75, I was more short biased, because the tape wasn't having that continuation on the upside. So I went short, and now all of my positions after this were more on the short side, because the tape was looking very bearish than the bullish. And in this case, I went short, added more, but it did not have a continuation. I got stopped out at break even. So this was my second trade. The third trade, again using that 173 area, where as soon as it tries to pop up and that the seller tries to take control, 173 sold. This was a close to a 40 cents move, but now again the continuation never happened. Usually I would be looking to pull back and then sell off lower, but it just completely popped up above 173, and I stopped out at break even. This trade I shorted one more time. This wasn't a good trade. I think this was I was trying to force a trade without looking for a confirmation. So this trade I could have avoided it. Again shorting it, looking for that continuation, but did not have that. And when the stock came back again after 173, this is where I was thinking that, it tried to pop above 173, did not, and now it can easily have that continuation on the downside. And I added short, covered, added more, covered, added, and this is where I was heavy, and I was looking for a continuation on the downside, but then again I lost my stop loss. Sorry, my average was something around 172.9, and gave in 15 cents stop out right there. And I tried one more time, actually a couple of more times, using that again 173 area, but just did not work out, and then stopped out with 8 or 9 cents risk on that. So this entire ticker was a losing ticker, but TSN was the trade of or a ticker of the day, and worked out really nice on it. But the stock market, or SPY and QQQs, are currently very choppy, not having that continuation move. But sometimes you want to capture and call it a day when things are very choppy and don't have that continuation. And yeah, so decent profitable day for me, and I hope you guys have a great day as well, and keep it green. Take care. Bye.